Like to do it. Like to chill, chit chat, do our usual thing. I don't know your name. What's your name?
Brandon Mesen.
Brandon Mesen. Well, he's a new upcomer on our podcast, and he got my usual friend Jig, and he got Chadwick. What's going on, y'all?
What's up?
Chilling, dog. Chilling, man. We chilling out here, dog. Chilling.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, this is how we roll on our pod. We come in and we do the opener, and then we pause and we think about what we're going to talk about. But
Oh yeah, I
so,
dig it, bro. I dig it.
So music.
Yeah, let's just take a pause.
So what's all going on with the music? Let's talk about your music because that's a good topic, yo. What's going on with that? Got a song?
Your boy here just dropped a single called "Blooming." I dropped it today, and it's going pretty fucking well. It's popping as fuck. I'm out here in California, Hollywood, California. I grew up in Pennsylvania, Westchester with Chadwick. We were fucking doing podcasts and videos, and he went to a couple of my shows and videotapes. So it's honestly crazy that we're back here 10 years later doing this podcast, which I'm actually pretty fucking pumped about. I know it's took me a month or 5 to get on this podcast because I know you've been telling me to get on, and here we are.
Heck yeah.
That's what's up.
I feel like this is a good one. This is getting like 4 people on so we can all hear about like your music and stuff, and like it's like more fun with more people doing this than me and you. We were doing some old podcasts, Summer of Love and all of that, and then there was your next album, which was Feels Good to Be a Weird Kid. And then would you put out another album after that, or you you just put out It Feels Good to Be a Weird Kid recently, and then you got your new song Blooming out. So yeah. What's the vibe?
The vibe is honestly just it's a cool song. It's definitely different because it's not like my like old school like rock and roll kind of vibe. This Blooming song is more of like more of like a hip hop pop song with like an indie rock flair. I just dropped the music video today, and I'm also dropping an EP on June 1st, and that's gonna be really fucking awesome because the songs that didn't make Feels Good to Be Weird Kid, it's like a B-side of the songs that didn't make the actual album. So you're gonna hear 5 songs that were meant to be on the album, but we kind of took it off just because it didn't really fit during that time. But yeah, I'm dropping that on June 1st. It's called Sunshine After 9.
Nice.
Sasquatch Jake.
Yeah, this is our buddy Jake.
What's up, dog?
I'm here.
My buddy Jake.
What's good? What's poppin', people?
We're bikers. We do a lot of bike riding and stuff together. And me and Meck, we do a lot of podcasts together. And me and Brandon, we do music stuff together. Yeah, man, this is like a chilling podcast. We got like maybe like 1 viewer, but we're just chilling, we're having fun.
20 views. Now we're getting a couple more. We're working our way up.
Now, Chadwick,
a lot today.
Man, dog. Chadwick has always been he's always been by my side ever since I was back in PA, bro. Like, damn, I think I was about when we first met, I think I was about 17 years old. And we did that first video in Westchester on the steps when I had my skateboard. Yeah. And you brought like your whole entire mic, and I was like playing songs on the fucking stairwell.
That was so awesome. Like, yeah, dude, I like that. We had a good time. I remember that. At the library, and the lighting was so bad because that's when I was getting into starting with video and like learning how to do video as well. So I was like, the music came out great. We went to this like library outdoors, and I had like a nice microphone at the time, and I had my laptop. I connected it in, and we recorded him doing like a few songs in a small little podcast. And like I think I've gotten better at like interviewing people. I think I'm gonna do a good interview tonight on you. Let's get into like you, nah. But yeah, let's get into Brandon Mesen here. What do you guys? Can we get you guys to ask some questions to Brandon about his music or something?
What kind of instruments you playing?
Whew. All right. Well, I think that the real question is it's not about like how many instruments I'm playing. It's more about like the experience of what someone goes through. And I think, when you go through a lot of shit, you kind of have to like step up and like be everything you can possibly be. So it's like, I'm trying my best to like, I'm not just like a musician here. Like I can play like guitar and drums and bass and um sing and shit, but I think what it really comes down to is how can you really capitalize on like who you are as an individual. Um and like you can ask someone like what they do, and I can say I do music, but it honestly, there's so much more to like that answer, where it's like so hard to even tell you exactly like what I play, because I do a lot of like fucking directing, I do a lot of acting, I do a lot of writing, and like I write books and stuff. But obviously like my dream and passion is more geared towards music. Like if I was to like when I do make it big and like kill it, like obviously I would want it to be towards music. But
Hey, you can always write
I
a book
think,
about your music too.
yeah,
Once you
I'm
make
writing
it big.
right now. I was the book's basically finished, and it's named after my latest album, Feels Good to Be a Weird Kid. And honestly, I'm actually more excited about that book than my music right now, just because I think that like the people that do know me, they only know me because of music and shit. So it's like for me, it's really cool to like showcase my other abilities, not just like playing like other instruments, but like kind of like surfing into like different vibes. But yeah, the book is called Feels Good to Be a Weird Kid. It's definitely gonna drop this year. Um, and I believe I'm gonna put it as a an audio book. I think that's my main objective right now, is to do an audio book, and I'm gonna have my instrumentals in the background. I'm gonna probably have my voice be like the narrator. Um, but yeah, that's a good question to ask, because I actually would like to get into that book actually.
I like that.
Whenever you guys can.
I like the idea of putting a little bit of music in there with the audio of as you're speaking. I really like that's something different. I think that is like unique. It's hard. I don't know of any. What are you gonna do? Like an ebook or something, or like
Yeah,
a
just like
physical?
Amazon books, or like
Uh,
Kindle books. I don't really know anyone that's like kind of doing that right now. I mean, I think there's a big market for it, but my story and like my book is like, honestly, I think it kicks ass, because it's not just like a story that is based off of my life, but it's like, I just think like if someone was to like, eventually I want to make it into like a film and stuff. But like, hold on, there's this fucking helicopter going on right now.
You kind of
Um,
remind me of me almost, because I play my guitar. Started off with drums. I always wanted to write a book, but I don't know, just never continued it. I just didn't think it was that good of a book. Tried writing
yeah,
about
well,
my life, but
yeah,
yeah, I just didn't think it was that good. But my music, that's coming along. Been taking guitar lessons. I'm a better drummer than I am guitar still. Played live once for a buddy Mike. Uh, but yeah.
yeah. Honestly, the only way I could write this book was with marijuana, and I was listening to these old records, and one day I was driving my truck into actual Westchester town, and it was that old record shop that just closed. Do you know what that is, Chadwick? That one record shop that closed?
Yeah, I forget the name of it.
Ah, damn.
But I do know
Yeah,
what you were
I know
talking
what
about.
you're talking about. Yeah, I smoked weed in their bathroom one time.
Nice.
Yeah, they had like a whole music thing going on, and I was like, "Hey, I got my bowl and my lighter, you know."
That's
Might
fucking
as well
awesome.
hit it
And I was
up.
like, "If there's any bathroom where I could do it, you know, you're
Yeah,
just trying not
so
to let the smoke alarm on."
that's awesome. So yeah, they closed
So.
down. I was driving my truck in Westchester, and they closed down. I saw a bunch of records, boxes of records, and I was like, "Fuck it, bro! I'm gonna take all these fucking boxes, put in my trunk in my truck. I'm gonna go home, and I'm gonna go through every goddamn record." And I went through
Yeah.
every record. Um, and there was one really good record. It's Burt Campart. Um, fuck. I forget what the
I
album.
was just looking it up. It's not Creep Records. Is that the name of it or no? Uh, no,
I think it actually might
it
have
might
been
be.
Creep Records. It
Okay.
was in Westchester, but it closed down. It was right on the strip. Oh yeah, it's Burt Campart Blue Midnight, and I listened to that record about 50 times, and I was like, this. I'm gonna write a fucking book, and basically my book is kind of musically about that whole entire album, because I needed to smoke weed, listen to the album to write, and that was the only way I could finish the book. I could not finish it without that. So yeah, the
How
cool thing
most
about that book.
musicians are.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I said that's how most musicians are with weed.
Yeah, but yeah, not anymore. I don't really smoke weed anymore. It's kind of fucks me up now. Like I smoked at a really fucking young age, and I just think now it kind of like makes me like skits the fuck out, and I'm going fucking crazy. So now I just got cigs and booze.
Dude, when did we start
It's kind of
smoking
my
weed?
page.
Like what, 16? I think it's when my brother started us off. Was like 16 years old. Yeah, whenever my brother came home and he was like, "Yeah, you boys want to smoke weed with my buddy Danny?" And then we were all just like, yeah, we'll take a couple of hits of this Big J. I mean, blunts. And we're just chilling out in the backyard, just, ah. And yeah, we just got super blazed for the first time. And then as we went
Yeah.
on a long ass walk, like, where do we go now?
Yeah, that's so funny because like back in the day, like I'm sure we were all smoking like Reggie ass weed. I was smoking Reggie ass weed, like shitty weed. And honestly, it's so fucking funny because when I was smoking Reggie weed, I was like wishing that I could be smoking like California Kush. Um, and like ever since I moved here and smoked like Cali weed, bro, I'm like craving to find like actual Reggie shitty weed again, bro. I'm like, you can't find that. You can't find that weed here in California, bro. It's all fucking. It's so strong.
how,
It's too strong.
that's how I feel about being down here in Florida, man. My buddy Dean, that I used to know since like almost elementary school, we used to play basketball for years. And he always just knew where to get the best, strongest kush. That's the first
Yeah.
time I spoke with my brother. I was like, "Yeah, I know you smoke, right? Want to chill?" And every time when he would come down to my place, he'd be like, "Yo, Mike, want to go for a ride?" And we just like always end up at his place. It's like ripping up his ball, and he was just like
Yeah.
making bowls and everything. And I was just always getting high. When I was
Yeah.
like 16, 17s, early 20s. I miss that good kush, man. I miss it. Medical stuff is just not the same, dude. It's not.
It's not at all. I hate it, bro. It gets me paranoid. It gets me weird. It gets me like antisocial. I just miss like smoking like 5 blunts in a row just to get high. I miss like that weed for some reason.
I'm the same way.
My buddy got some stuff. It's called THCA. It's like legal here, and it's like much. It's kind of like Reggie's a little bit if you ever had it, and it's just chilling. I
Yes,
don't.
send me a pound.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
it's legal.
right.
I probably could. It's like what it does though is it's like it's actually it's hemp, but when you smoke it, it turns into THC, and it's the same thing. But it's I feel like it's a lot weaker than the medical shit that goes around. But it's I smoke it all. Smoke whatever. I rarely smoke anymore either. But whenever I'm around people with smoke, I'm up to smoke.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, I haven't been on a podcast like in like 6 years, honestly. Like there was that one moment in time when I was back home and I was like doing radio stations. You might have known Chadwick. I was on radio stations. We went to a fucking radio station, Westchester. Um,
Yeah, that was so cool, man. I remember going to
yeah,
that with you, and like it was like old school, like seeing all of the equipment and all of the like the different like it was like this big like giant panel of like buttons and knobs and like what the heck is going on here? It's just like a very old timey feel. Feels like classic American, like vintage, old timey, futuristic
yeah.
vibes.
Hold on.
I kind of want to go back to Westchester and like revamp like the music industry because I feel like Westchester's music industry right now is so fucked.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
I feel like right
No, it's
now
true.
the Westchester music industry is run by like some dumb motherfuckers that don't even know what music actually is, and they're just like on drugs, and they think that's like what music is. But hey, man, if I was still around, I'd be fucking the king around Westchester. You know that.
Dude, I
Yeah,
don't
it's
even
true. You wouldn't
try.
have much competition. Just a bunch
Dude,
of
I don't.
Grateful Dead cover band ass motherfuckers down there, bro, you know? Like just sing some old ass music and do a bunch of drugs and get a bunch of old heads come over and fucking throw some money in the tip jar, you know? I know it. I went to those things.
Dude, even I
Exactly,
tried
bro.
selling once.
Exactly, bro. They're like fucking probably like 45 years old, like trying to make it, and it's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's some good music though from them.
And if they
I
do
mean,
see this podcast, I'm sorry.
uh,
You know who I'm talking about. Bro, this podcast to me is like
Cool.
no fucks. Like honestly, when I was in Westchester, bro, I was a fucking pot dealer, and that's the only reason why I moved out to California because I could.
I was one when I was kind of in high school. I used to sell to Jake all the time, plus a few other people. But then I was like, all right, I'd rather just buy. Jake, here's my dealer. Go to him if you need something. No, I was like, all right, I'm done selling.
yeah, I
I
know
was
you.
supposed
Yeah.
to,
Yep.
my brother like giving me the rundown, like, you know, you can go to prison and shit like that. I'm like, yeah, but I'm also helping you sell weed. So I know you're also a big weed dealer too yourself. So I'm trying to help you sell your shit. And I did.
Yeah.
I sold a lot of his shit.
I was making good money, and then all my friends were also like pot dealers, and they were getting fucking beat and caught by the cops. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna close out and just tap out, cash out, move out.
Yep, I know how that is. Although I was never a big dealer. I just sold to like my best friends, and that was it. I never like went on the street, so it was like, here you go, here you go.
Yeah.
I felt like somebody was gonna rat me
Yeah,
out if
just
I went
keeping the
on
weed stream
the
going, you know,
street.
not like you on crack, you know.
Like, well, yeah, I always did it safely.
Yeah. Yeah, the stress is pretty bad.
Should we jump into your book a little more? You said you want to talk about that a little bit, like what's up with
Yeah,
that?
man,
So
ask me questions, Chadwick. You're
okay,
like one of the best like fucking interviewers. So
Um,
you're like probably the best interviewer that I
yeah,
have dealt
what's
with in my life.
okay? Here's a good one that I kind of like find interesting. I feel like one of the most capturing things about a book is like the first sentence and paragraph, or like definitely like the first paragraph is like one of the most like capturing parts. Like, what is it? What did you do with the first paragraph there?
That's a really good question, actually. Because I
Yeah.
kind of went into this magical wonderland where it was kind of the first paragraph is almost it's like a hallucinogen, a dream, because technically the main character, his name is Bert Francis William, um, and I named him Bert after Bert Campart, the records I was listening to while writing the fucking whole book, because that was a big inspiration. So Bert is actually in um, what do you call that in high school when you get in trouble and you have like a after school detention? Yeah, after school detention. So he's in
Yeah,
after
some
school detention,
detention.
and it kind of the first like sentence or five takes place in his dream, and like he's dreaming of like like the ending result, like fucking like people screaming and people like like shouting, and he's like on stage and shit, and it's like it's so fucking crazy and like and colorful, and but that's just his dream, and then he fucking wakes up and he's in after school detention, and he's actually getting ready for the Summer of Love music festival. So I'm like I'm putting it like back into my life. So he's in high school detention. He has like a 2 hours before the show even goes on. He's fucking in detention. Um and it starts from him like having that little dream, and he wakes up, and it's the clock hits like 4:19, and he like fucking just says fuck this shit. I have a fucking show right now. I'm hosting my own show right now in my garage. So he fucking dips, and it takes place in Long Beach, California. But yeah, that's how it starts. But yeah, the whole book is crazy, bro. It's like fucking music, sex, drugs, chicks, like fucking
Who would
like
want sex and drugs?
Nice.
it's dope.
All right. One sentence. Explain the book in one sentence.
Sex, drugs, music, dreams.
I kind of had a dream about that
There
before.
you go.
Alrighty. And
That's
yeah.
about it.
You keep the dream alive.
All right, Jake, your turn. Ask him a question.
Yeah.
Or
Okay,
about.
so what kind of music did you listen to made you think about doing music? Did
It's a
you
good
hear?
question.
Or
That's a good question, actually. My answer is always gonna be a cliche answer. Um, I wish I could think of something else to make it not so like cliche, but if I was to be honest, I would say the Beatles, and not just because of the Beatles, but more about like who they are. And I've definitely studied the Beatles. I've listened to every record. I've watched every interview. I've watched every performance. So I kind of know like who they are and what they do and how they act. So I think if you are doing music, it's definitely important to like find like someone that's like doing it the way that you want to do it, but do it in a different way. So I would say the
You
Beatles
ever,
is like my inspiration.
you ever listen to Elvis?
nice.
Yeah, Elvis. Yeah,
He's a character,
Uh,
man. I'll be
dude,
your
I
own
love Elvis.
and
Elvis is great.
especially his like, freaking hair.
yeah, man. I mean, if it wasn't for Elvis, the Beatles, John Lennon wouldn't have even fucking created like music, because his main inspiration was Elvis.
Huh.
So it goes
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that cool though? How it's like a stream. It's like it's like Elvis is there, and then his work inspires the Beatles and inspires these other musicians. Like, hard to even imagine how many people started because of Elvis.
Yeah.
Really great stuff.
I feel like a lot of people, like probably 70% of the people out there that write music now is probably because of Elvis.
And the Beatles.
And the Beatles, yeah. They were on Rock Band, if I remember right. Just
All
I'm
right.
climbing a ladder right now, by the way.
Can we do everybody name your favorite Beatles
Nice.
song?
I'm so bad
My
at
favorite
Beatles
Beatles
songs.
song.
For me, I can't even think.
Where
I
are
don't
we
even know
going
the
with
Beatles.
I
that?
was just thinking about my favorite Elvis song.
Which is what?
Of course, it's the in the ghetto. Ah, damn!
Mine's
Why? I've
probably
been
If I Can
listening
Dream.
to it so much, but then when I got to do it, I forget.
If I can dream of a better land where all my brothers walk hand in hand. I love that song.
Mhm.
All right, Meck, ask Brandon a question about his bookies, but now it feels good to be a weird kid.
Were you ever a weird kid moving to California? Or moving to a different state? Like feeling
All right,
like
can
you're
you
out of
please say that
place.
again?
Were you ever the weird kid moving down to a different state, feeling like you're out of place?
Good question.
Mhm.
All right, can you say it one more time?
Have you ever feel like the weird kid around the block? Like when you first moved there, you don't know anybody, and you're like the weird one around the block. Like you feel like you're out of place. You feel like you're a weird kid, and when you move to a different state.
Oh, okay. Now I get it.
That's a good question. It's funny because when I was in Pennsylvania, I think honestly that was. I don't think I mean, with records and albums, yeah, like I've done a lot more than when I was back home. But when I was back home, I was playing a lot of shows, and I was like headlining and like, you know, selling out shows, aka Sprout Collective music, baby. Woo! I love fucking Sprout, bro. I wish they were still around. But
That's old
it's
school.
funny because like I definitely was a weird kid, but I feel like I definitely expressed it more back home because I knew people and they knew me, and so I was able to like capitalize on like my weirdness because back home it wasn't that they portrayed me as weird, it's that they just portrayed me as that's who I am. You know what I'm saying? Um, so they automatically loved me and liked me for who I was, even though like me, I was like a weird fucking kid. Um, and I'm not gonna say that I regret leaving because I've definitely learned a lot by leaving, and I've learned how to like live on my own and fucking just make it alone without like living with your parents and shit. And like, I think that was the hardest part was to leave. And especially because like I had a lot of shit back home. Like I had a bunch of fucking friends and I still have a bunch of friends and I was doing a lot of fucking music. And something in me during that time when I did leave, I was thinking to myself like, like you're killing it right now. Like you might as well like fucking because like me, I was thinking like my ego was like so big during that time. I was like, dude, you're a fucking hot shot. Like you're killing it. You're better than everyone else.
Mhm.
Not really, but I in my head I'm thinking like you're like killing it. So it's like you might as well like
Yeah.
go somewhere else and
Yeah,
kill
for the
it.
TV.
Um,
Yeah, I get
and
you.
you know, I made that sacrifice, and you know, like it's like almost like 50-50%. Like I do regret it because I do miss like my family and like what I had back home and like the friends and shit. But then 50% of me is also saying like, you know, I kind of had to make that sacrifice and move for myself. And you know, I think with when something happens, a lot of things happen. So, you know, I just hope that like when I did leave, like something like happened and like something changed, because I felt like there was like something stagnant going on here, and I feel like it like there was no like it wasn't gonna get any bigger. Like it was just like stagnant. Like we were big, but I felt like it wasn't gonna get like bigger. And so I made the choice to leave, and you know, I'm always gonna be half and half about leaving because um you know,
Friends,
I've done a
yeah.
lot more back home.
You kind of remind me of
Yeah,
our
so how do you
buddy,
think?
Mike. He moved from like Pennsylvania all the way to Westchester to start his own band, and he's also killing it in the music business. He hasn't like moved to California or anything like that, but he also kills it in the music business, and reminded me of a lot about like him.
Nice.
They all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. So what? How tough you think it is doing all that in California? Is there like a lot of competition up there? What's the deal?
That's the best question yet of the day. That's a good question.
It is. This is
I
all
would say that's
interesting.
the best question. I would say that's probably the best question yet on this podcast. Because that's a lot. I'm thinking about a lot about that. I'm thinking about the pros and cons, and obviously, like I said, it's like a 50-50 kind of thing. Like, yeah, I had everything back home, and honestly, I was like kind of selfish for just fucking leaving because I had it all. Like, I had it all. I was on top. I was
Mhm.
playing shows, and I was only 17, and I was fucking headlining fucking Sprout, bro. I was like, there was fucking like what 300 people like every time I was fucking playing there.
Real good show
Um,
down there.
but you know, there's that other 50% where it's like I have to like look I have to look towards like the vision that I had. And
Hmm.
you know, I did when I was about I think I was about like 13 years old. I created a vision board where you like put like pictures on like this board and shit. And when I was like 14 years old, I put like California and shit. So like that was like the ending result. Like I wanted to come to California and stuff. And like I can check that off now, but you know, it's very difficult here in California, especially the music industry. I wouldn't even say there's competition. It's just it's more like competition in a different genre of an industry, and I think the industry out here is pretty fucked, and it's kind of all fake, and it's like, you know, it definitely is a little fucking tricky out here, I must admit, because it's difficult because, you know, when you're young and you have like this fucking crazy vision, you can like capitalize, but then when you're fucking drained out all that time and you move out here and like, you know, you go through like fucking breakups after breakup and you're fucking missing out on fucking life, and then you're just like drowned in shit. That's kind of like my situation right now, and I want to keep this podcast as fucking honest as possible because I definitely want to look back at
Hmm.
this podcast 10 years from now and see if I'm doing any better. Um, but yeah, the industry here is fucking wicked as fuck. It's hard as fuck. but I do think that I do have a possibility and an advantage because no one's doing what I'm doing. It's the music industry here is all fucking like gay ass, punk ass, emo, fake. It's not even real punk emo shit. You know what I'm saying? If it's like real punk emo shit, I'll dig it. But it's like a bunch of wannabes trying to be in this fucking niche, and it's like
Why don't
it's hilarious.
you? Why
It's
don't
like
you
niche
try?
don't even exist, right? Like it's all this plastic ass music. Ugh,
Why don't you try to
can't
make
even
up your own
imagine.
band and actually try getting your own music going, showing them what real music is, and be like, "This is real music. Your other shit is bullshit music." Like,
It's
show
gonna be
them
hard to
who it
stand out
is.
from the crowd. There's gonna be a lot there.
Exactly.
Yeah, gonna have to really do some thinking about that.
That's a good answer. Because I think for a long time I got so um Chadwick knows when I was back home, like like my vision was very like persistent and like I got shit done, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
I think it was always like
Nice, nice.
I was
the
getting
vibe that
shit
I
done.
get, the vibe that I get is like it's like kind of like this motivation to like keep going and like always go for it. Everybody that came to your shows, I can speak on that. Like you said, you had like 300 people that would show up to your shows, and like the people that came to your shows, they all had like good energy and like positive vibes as
Yeah.
well. Like it was just like it was the community that came. It was like a good feel to it as well. So it's like building
Yeah.
on that and going forward with it. It's
So
chilling.
yeah, the community is what it's good you said that cuz that's the 50% that I'm talking about back home is like I had friends, I had community, I had people that I wanted to jam with any day I wanted to. I hit up someone, they're down. I hit up someone, they're down to play a fucking sold out show. Here it's like a fucking graveyard, bro. It's like I'm me personally right now, there's not really a community. I don't really have much friends out here at all, to be honest.
It's like
Dude, I
you're starting
understand.
over all over again, right? You're starting from scratch because
Yeah.
you're meeting brand new people out there, and like you gotta put your shit out there and let people find out about it all over again. But I feel like that's part of the reason you might have gone is to experience that and to like take on that challenge a little bit. Is my feeling. What do you
I
think, Danny?
understand one.
It's just
Uh,
go ahead, go ahead.
I understand 100% where you're coming from. Because when I was down at PA, I could like hit up like three of my best buds or like five, and be like, "Yo, let's chill. Let's go play some b-ball. Let's go smoke some weed.
Yeah.
Let's go for a hike. Let's
Yeah.
go for a
Yeah.
walk or something like that." Down here, it's kind of like, well, I'm on a lone wolf right now, and I'm still trying to make friends. And everybody down here in freaking Florida, it's just like just want to chill at home, drink, get shit faced, and don't want to do jack shit. They're all just a bunch of lazy fat fucks. They think it's too hot. And if I actually had friends down here, I'd be getting out there a lot more and doing the same thing what I did down there. But like you said, man, like it's a different community, and I feel like I'm not like a part of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel too. And the funny thing is like I had so many opportunities to be a part of it, but it's like my whole thing back home was like me being like this little hippie ass kid and being like wholesome and being like a fucking lover kid. Um, and that's just like who I am. And it's funny because I was gonna say who I was. And the only reason why I would say that is because I'm here now with corrupted people and corrupted minds. So I was gonna say who I was, but I am that motherfucker. I'm still that hippie motherfucker. But the reason why I'm a little out of it is because of the people here. They're just corrupted, and I definitely when I first moved here, I definitely got corrupted, and I definitely lost that little spark of motivation and that character of who I am. personally as when I was back home, and I think I definitely, I didn't lose it. I'm still that person, but I definitely got a little like shaded from all of this bullshit garbage. And it's like you can't really help it because I live in Hollywood. I live literally in like the heart of Hollywood. So it's like hard to like not like see shit.
Yeah, for anybody who's listening, Brandon was on the roof when he started, and he showed us from where he's at. You can see the Hollywood sign. It's pretty lit. I mean, it's kind of like I've never seen that in my life. That's cool that you can see it every day. You're probably used to it by now. I mean, but yeah, what do you mean by like corrupted? What's like corrupted even mean? I don't understand like what you mean by that. I guess.
All I know is I feel like with every interview, I kind of like strayed away from. I was always honest with interviews and stuff. Like I was always telling the truth and stuff. But I feel like while this is like going on right now, I might as well tell the full truth about everything because it's kind of like. I mean, I'm gonna like respect my own self when I look back at this interview in like 5 years and be like, okay, wow, I was actually like telling the truth. And I think, yeah, I fucking was killing it back in Pennsylvania. I was on radio stations in every state. I was touring the fucking world and shit. And California is not what I thought it was when I first made that vision board when I was 14 years old. It's it's a little different. It's actually kind of the industry right now is very fucked up, and I mean I've always had an opportunity to get in that industry, but it's like, do I want to fake myself to be someone that I'm not, to be in a sort of industry? And the answer is no. Like, I would rather take the fucking long road and do what I love and do what I believe and have it play out. I don't care if it takes 50, 20 years, like, or if I'm dead. Like, I will not fucking like go into like an industry where I don't believe in people or myself. Like it's just a weird industry. It's very corrupted. It's very fake, and I'm just not fake. So it's gonna
I
take a long time.
I agree with you about the not fake part. I always have told the truth, especially like people ask me like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "I'm from Pennsylvania. I done a lot of stupid shit." I told them some stories that I've done in the past, and I was like, "Yeah, me and my buds always used to play basketball and did a bunch of cool shit." But then you'll find like the asshole person that kind of makes you look like a complete shithole, when really he's being a fucking asshole. And there's a lot of assholes in the world that you never know that, like, until you meet a real asshole, you never know how big of an asshole that you can actually be. Because I was talking to Chad, because, like, I've had a couple bad jobs where I met this one really big asshole, which is, like, 90% of the reasons why I quit that place. Because I just couldn't stand the asshole anymore, because there was a few times I really just wanted to wham him straight in the face, and I was like, I want to quit before I do something I regret.
Yeah, true.
True.
And
Did you say
people are,
John?
no, people like at work, how people like tick you off. Like you never know how bad of a person they are until they really start to tick you off. So
Yeah,
they
yeah,
like
yeah.
push your nerves, and to the point where you actually like want to wham them straight in the face. But
No, yeah, I know.
after moving to Florida, I have never known how many assholes there are out here in this world. When I was in
Yeah.
PA, I worked in good hostile environments. Down here in Florida, everything just sucks. I worked with people that yelled constantly, just constantly nagged, "Can I help me?" Like an hour before we closed, and I always yelled back, "Shut the fuck up
Yeah.
until you finish your fucking job." Like I wanted to say that last part, but I didn't. But I always told it, shut up.
No, yeah.
But you never know until people actually like tick you off, like literally tick you off.
Is that
Yeah, I just
same
think.
thing?
Go ahead.
Same thing out in California. Dealing with any assholes out there, or what's up with them? The assholes.
Asshole.
I wouldn't say they're assholes, honestly. I would say that they're just like not who they are, and it's like it's so obvious to like you can tell like who is them and who is not them. Like it's so obvious to tell. Like you can tell like who's a simp and you can tell who's like actually like their own motherfucking person and they're just living life. And I think ever since I witnessed all that, there was a time when I was here, I was isolating myself for about 2 years, which is crazy. Like I was just alone, 2 years alone. Like I was sick and tired of everybody, and I didn't believe in anybody, and it's tricky to find. It's really tricky to find people out here in California. Um, Pennsylvania is like completely different, because everyone is, just like chilling. Everyone's like living the same life. They're not corrupted. They're all just like wholesome, full spirit. They haven't been corrupted by like fake ass people, because Pennsylvania is like a very like wholesome place. But yeah, California is just a little. It's just it's tricky because I could have an environment and an opportunity to go into this friend group where it's like they're killing it, aka killing it. But I just don't believe that's gonna last, and I would rather just focus on what I'm doing, and I know what I'm doing. And I'm here to make a fucking legacy. I'm not here to fucking like be like a fucking little fucking little hot shot motherfucker right now, Like I feel like I've already done that shit, like without even trying. Like I was killing it without trying. I was headlining shows and I wasn't trying. And I think everyone here is just trying so hard, and they're trying in a way where they're not even like their actual selves. So it's like, why are you trying if you're not even yourself? It's like, it's crazy. And they could be killing it.
Yeah.
Do you
And
think?
they are killing it.
Do you think
Yeah,
like
so what do you
you're?
mean? Like people are like trying to like do shit, like they want to like do shit like that they think people want to see instead of like just being them.
They're just following
Funky.
a wave that's going to end in the next 3 months.
Do you
Okay.
kind of feel like
It's all
on page with like you were the biggest fish in the pond here in Pennsylvania, so you wanted to go to a bigger pond where you were no longer the biggest fish, so you could become the biggest this fish there, kind of like you relate to that. Kind of feels like a little bit.
that's why I moved out, because I felt like I was the biggest fish and I felt like I didn't have anything else to do there. So that's why I did move, to realize that like I'm in a pond with fake ass fucking people. So it's like
Like you're in a pond with fish and they look big and scary, but like you could eat them. Like yeah,
yeah. Yeah, you're
you're
right.
like a
I could eat them.
yeah, you could just be like a piranha and just like bite them and now just I'm trying to have some fun with this here somehow, but yeah,
No, I appreciate that,
Yeah, I
Chadwick.
get
no,
You're totally right. You're actually
that's
totally
totally
right, because I think about you are right, and it's about getting like corrupted with like your environment with other people that are like doing something that's not even like coherent to like even music or life, and It's like I feel like your brain is like a printer. You take in information and then you print it out on paper, and it's like I feel like I've taken so much garbage and like so I'm just trying to work on like not taking it in as much and like just like kind of just like deleting what is happening and continue producing. And I think for a long time I was kind of taking in the garbage and I wasn't producing. And I think now, especially while we're talking, this podcast is honestly fucking really cool because it kind of gets people to think and talk. And there hasn't been a moment in time where I actually like been able to like express myself and talk. So I'm very grateful for the podcast.
That's why we
I
do
feel
them.
the same
We
way.
all do the same thing, right, Meck?
I feel the same way because I never actually expressed the way that I felt like since I moved here. I mean, like I had off-call phone calls with Chad when I was going through difficult times and whatnot, but I never expressed it on the actual podcast because I told him people are assholes and whatnot, and
Yeah,
it's
I kind
shit
of
that I don't
how the
do
podcast
before.
started. Kind of was Meck and me were on the phone. I was like, Meck, you do a lot of talking. I'm already into podcasting. You might as well join a podcast. And ever since then, he's been hitting me up all the time. He's like, yo, we gotta do podcasts. I'm like, let's go. But yeah,
I
and it's
agree with
fun
him.
filming.
I'm his
Uh,
co-host, and we used to do them every day, but we should get back to doing them regularly.
and then we got Jake. He comes in pretty often.
Yep.
For lately, he's been like, dude, it's way more fun having multiple people than just one person. Because imagine how short this podcast would have been without if it was just me and you, Brandon. It would have been like over like 30 minutes ago. But so are you gonna put this stuff that you're talking about California in your book for the Feels Good to Be a
I,
Weird Kid, or
I already did.
that go into more detail maybe on some of the
Yeah, I'll
applicable
say more
things?
detail.
Uh,
So yeah, his name is Bert Francis William, and it's a true story, and it's about my life, and it's funny. It's funny you say about like people on the podcast because I was actually originally going to invite Mike on the podcast.
Yeah, well,
You
we'll
know
do
Mike.
more of these. We're doing these consistently. We'll have to have Mike on. He's the man. I remember him. I haven't seen him longer than you, but yeah,
I
that's cool. You
do.
guys still okay connected. That's it. This is Mike, by the way, down here. This is Meck. We call him Meck, but he's actually Mike.
Okay, bet,
Yeah, yeah, Mike Meck.
bet.
Which mic are we
So,
talking about?
my homie, fucking Mike Rogers.
Ah, we're not thinking of the same person. Okay.
No. But this is a guy that is honestly one of my he's like my soul brother, honestly. And in Pennsylvania, when I was in Pennsylvania, um the story is I got invited to this event by Ashley Strumfielder. I think you know her.
I know her.
Do you know her?
Uh,
I don't know where the fuck she is right now, but she was like this like big like Westchester like collective person. Um and one day I was like probably 15 years old, and she had a collective um at her house, and there was like food, wine and shit. And I went and I met this motherfucker called Mike Rogers, and another motherfucker called Eric. I forget his last name right now, but this was during Summer of Love. This was before Summer of Love, Chadwick. So I met them. We were jamming and shit, and then the day ended, and I went on Facebook because Facebook was like a big fucking thing, and that's like one of the main reasons why I was actually killing it with music was because of Facebook. I was going on fucking Facebook group chats. I was fucking getting into the Philly fucking crew and shit. Um, and then I found them on Facebook, and I was already recording my album Summer of Love at Craighead Studio, and I invited Mike Rogers and Eric to the studio, and we just created the best fucking album ever. It's called Summer of Love on Apple Music and Spotify. It's called Summer of Love.
So I really gotta look this up.
It's a
Wanna
great one.
add your
That's
album.
really, I think that's my favorite album, more so than It Feels Good to Be a Weird Kid, because I really enjoyed like the vibe, like the sounds. It's just like it makes me like feel like summer. It feels like summer, honestly. It's like the happy summer vibes to it. And then Feels Good to Be a Weird Kid
Yep.
is a bit more personal, and it's like you really think about it. It's like you have to put a lot more of like a mindset into it when you're listening to it. Whereas Summer of Love, it's like you don't have to think about anything. You're just feeling it, and it's good. It's like that's kind of why I like that one, I think. But they're both
What's your
That's dope.
band name?
No, yeah, that's true actually, because
What's your band name called? I wanted to look it up.
it's called Messing Around.
Messing
Mesen.
Messing around. I think I found it.
Yeah, my last name is
Messing
Mesen.
around with Inquire Angus.
No, just Mesen around.
Messing around. I think I got it.
Meck, you got Spotify?
Is it Ray Charles with the thing on it? Oh wait, no.
Mesen.
Yeah, I got
You
it.
might just have to send it.
Yeah, I see like messing around. Messin.
No, Mesen.
Me. Yeah, just type it in the chat, please. MES.
Mesen. Mesen.
Mesen. Okay. I'll turn my capitals on. En. Mesen around. Okay, I think I got it.
Oh yeah, you definitely got it.
Is it with the dude with long hair with the glasses?
Yeah.
Awesome. Where's the follow? Follow. I got you saved in there. I'll have to listen to them.
You wear glasses, I
So
forget.
yes,
What do you have contacts in right
Summer
now?
of Love was.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't got glasses on.
Me either.
I still wear those glasses. I just don't have them on right now.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's cool you said that, Chadwick, because Summer of Love was definitely like that generation of time. It was 2017, and it was just like you don't really care about the music. It's just like that environment and music. And I actually hosted my own festival on my farmland, and Chadwick wasn't there, but
I was there.
you were there.
Yeah, I was there, man. I got some video. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were there. You
Yeah.
were there. My bad.
Yeah, I don't know that I really saw you that day too much because there were so many people. There was like there were like 10 different bands, and it was just like he owns a bunch of farmland, like you said, but it's like a big plot of land. So like people, it was kind of like if you think about it, like a big festival where people were all kind of doing their own things. Some people might be up listening to the music, and then you could walk like a short distance, like a few like couple 100 feet, and there's like a cool pond and kinds of things going on. People just chilling and jumping in the pond and like having fun there. Just all kinds of different things activities going on. At one point, I had my guitar with me and I was jamming with some people over by like the car section, and we were all just hanging out and having fun. Well, the music was going on. We were doing our own music, and it's a good time.
Yeah, that was a good festival. Feels Good to Be Weird Kid definitely is more of like a concept album where, yeah, it definitely was more personal and stuff. It wasn't like your summer album. It was more like a winter, like stressful heartbreak album. But yeah, I just dropped a single today called Blooming. and I dropped a music video today called Blooming. It's the same fucking thing. But I'm dropping a EP on June 1st called Sunshine After 9.
I know that
I'm
song.
actually going to listen to it while I'm gaming and applying to applications because I'm done working seasonal work. I'm done dishwashing. I'm trying to find a hard labor job. And I quit smoking weed, so I know I can pass a drug test. It's been like 4 months now or 5 since I smoked weed, and I can easily pass a drug test. So I'm trying to get a physical labor job, and I got to call it this landscaping job because they talked to me and asked me like what have I done in PA, and thinking that I can do all this hot heat work, and I'm like, well, I did all the lawn mowing. I did all the landscaping. I even helped pave a big portion of our shed. And I was like, yeah, I done a lot. And next time I talk to him, I should have mentioned in the log splitting because, oh my God, I did so much log splitting in the PA. That's ridiculous. That's why I was like so jacked. Not as fast as I once was, but I'm still jacked.
What?
True.
Random. Look at Jake's
That's how
face.
jacked I was.
He's like, yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
What's up with the Blooming
Yeah, he was.
song, dude? What's the music video like? I mean, like, how'd you do that? You got a crew? Like, you got some people
I
you're
mean, you guys
helping
can
you?
screenplay and put it on. You guys can screenplay it right now and put it on.
I'm kind of, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna listen to it. I'm
Yeah,
asking,
you
like,
want to do
you got like
it?
what do you have, like a video crew? Like, you got some people like that you're really connected with, or did you just find some people and pay them, like random people, or like,
Is there a way you can put it on right now on Discord?
yeah, there might be.
Hold on.
Meck's actually good at this stuff. Meck might be able to do it. He can do like a screen.
A screen
But,
thing?
yeah, if you could put his
What do
music
you mean?
video on.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we might got it here.
Meck's like our tech guy.
Yeah.
I've been playing around with computers since I was, I don't know, middle school. I see albums, songs.
It says watch stream, but would that fuck the Discord up?
I don't think so. Where's the watch stream? Oh, what? Following. No, that's the thing is, I'm bad at finding. Let's see, albums.
I mean, it might like lag. I don't want it to lag.
I'm trying to find the
Unless
watch
if you can
stream.
find a way where it like plays.
I'm just trying to
If
find
not
the
the
watch
if
stream.
not the music video, if there's a way where you can actually just stream the song on Discord, that'd be dope. So we can all just listen to it right now.
I'm trying
Yeah, it
to
would be
find it.
nice.
I gotta go to YouTube for it. What? I gotta go to YouTube.
Yeah, might have to send it to him or something.
Brandon, there might be a way.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
You might be able to just You might be able to find it for him as a message on Discord to it, so it's easier. Oh,
it's on YouTube.
What the fuck just happened?
And yeah, there it is. There it is, blooming right there. We
Right,
can just listen to it.
Where?
There it is, blooming.
I feel blind. I see Sunday Ticket.
I see it right now on the fucking the watch stream. It says
What, on Spotify?
yeah, go on YouTube or Spotify, YouTube, doesn't matter. Blooming. Yeah, that one. Yeah. There it is. I'm not sure if it'll play or.
To it?
Yeah. Just listen
I
to
don't
it.
see a watch thing, but I see listen.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, turn the music all the way up. All the way if you can, because
All
I'm
the way
getting
up.
audio. Yeah.
I hear it all the way up. Hey,
I dig it.
you guys hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear it too. Let's go, baby.
God, it's so freaking hot in here.
Yeah, I'm here.
You guys hear it?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yep.
Sit here and listen to that. I like it.
So I try to keep it cool, but you always
Something wrong with Chadwick's video?
I'm stuck in my
I can't see
I'm
anyone's
here.
video right now.
never think at all.
It's all good. I can see all good.
Oh, okay. I don't know what the deal is. I'm getting some weird audio.
You can't hear it?
Can you hear it?
I can hear it.
Oh yeah, I can hear something in
I
the
hope this
background.
doesn't get
I'm just
too
getting some
copy.
like staticky thing.
I somehow can hear it
Yeah,
perfectly.
get copyrighted for your own video. Uh-oh.
Right, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Is but no, listen to it.
I can't understand anything. Can't understand you. I slip apart in this. Silence is taking a hold.
Kind of remind me of like Bubble from Joe Park Boys, like it's one.
Why can't I just feel
I'm hearing some feedback though, but it's all good. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Dude, I digged it. That was so lit. That was a good one, man. Yeah. Yo, pause that,
So.
Matt.
Pretty nice.
What is this music? Turn this off quick. Don't let this play. It's gonna cut off our YouTube, man. I'm gonna have to cancel it. Maybe I can shut it off on here. I gotta
I don't
talk
know how to
over it.
fucking go back.
How do I talk over it? Talking over it. Gotta shut this motherfucker. Mac, turn this crap off. Quick, turn this crap off, Mac. Mac, turn this off. 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 Mac, it's gonna mess up. Pause it. Mac, turn it off. Turn it off. There we go. Thank you. If we're doing this, we're gonna put this on YouTube. I don't know if we get shut down for that kind of thing, but
Yeah, that's. I don't know if you guys heard it, but that was it.
Yeah, that was lit. I was feeling it. It's like just like listen to it and like I felt like the sounds were good right off the bat. Very like just the intro felt good and like it's kind of Summer of Love feels, but you like a newer futuristic style to it. It's chilling.
Appreciate that.
Let's see, I get this. Yo, Meck, are you able to cancel that screen that
Oh yeah.
so that
I'm
it's
in
not
right
on?
now. Sorry, I was having a cigarette.
All good.
I
Good
can't
shit
smoke
on
in
that
front
Discord, bro. That's dope. I heard it all.
It's cool. Word.
Yeah, it was sweet. We all got to experience that on the pod.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, bro. Dope.
There we go. Nice, got it.
Nice.
The question is what you said prior is like you don't gotta be anyone that you just gotta be yourself, and I think that's what's gonna get you laid. If that's what you're asking.
Kind of in a way, but also in a money perspective. Right now, and I don't have a job because I still got to continue looking for a job. But if I was a girl right now, I can just go to a strip club with my big titties and like, I go to strip for money, please, and get lattes. Like, I like to do some lattes.
I know Mike would love it if it was that easy, right? You know?
I
Well, then
wish
come to
it was
Going
California.
to the strip club.
If that's what you think, go to California.
Really?
Yeah, bro, you'll be making
Mike,
a lot
go
of
check
money.
it out.
Oh God.
Oh
Seriously,
my goodness.
dog.
I'm just saying, like, girls have it easier sometimes than men do because we gotta actually like work our asses off, and then they got your gold diggers, like Jake said, and then they also got like the sugar daddies that look out. What I really want in my life is to actually like have a sugar mom, and it actually like helps me with my money, make it so I can actually make it bigger, more savings. Like, I don't want to be a sugar daddy. I'm not rich. Never went to college. It's tech school, but it didn't work out. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. And it's people that think that people that go to college are better than people that don't, are better than other people. Fuck you.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You're totally right. I need a sugar mama myself.
Sugar mama. Kind of used to have one when I used to work at Food and Beer. She was a long story. She used to make out with me.
Oh no, I
All
don't,
right,
I
you're
don't
doing
have
better
time for a long story. Yeah, this phone's about to die, guys. I'm about to head out, so it's night time for Jake. So I'm gonna see you guys.
Well, how about we
Yeah,
y'all want to?
bro. Love you, dog.
All right, y'all want to do
Hey,
like?
Jake,
Okay, good.
you my homie.
You want to close this
All right,
one
I'll see
out?
you right, guys.
Peace,
Beck, you
Jake.
want
Yeah,
to?
I'll just
Peace out, dog. Pleasure, bro.
Peace.
all right, peace out, guys. All right.
All right. Well,
You guys want to keep going, or do I close this out? What do you guys want to do?
We got any last questions or what?
Saying that's a woman, that's a pretty freaking
I like where your head's at, dog. I like those questions. They're very like I like those questions.
And he also kind of made me feel more positive about me finding a girlfriend that actually cares. So I appreciate that about you. But I always
Bro, I
try to
mean,
ask
it's
my
just gotta
brother,
fucking
and my brother was always
do your
hot-headed.
thing, man. You just gotta do your thing, man. You just gotta be who you are and just do your thing, man. Chicks love when someone is who they are. Girls are not dumb. They can tell who is actually like them and not them. So as long as you're yourself and doing what you want to do and doing what makes you happy, you're good.
Thank you.
You gotta put yourself out there a little bit though.
Right. Ladies, again, I'm sorry about the thoughts, but sometimes I feel like you had a better life.
I mean,
But I also want to find a sugar mom. I can't really complain because in that way it's like, yeah, she cares about me and she wants to help me, like he said. But
bro, as long as you have
I gotta
confidence, bro, it's all
look
about
up.
confidence. It's all about confidence, bro. I'm telling you, it's all about confidence. You go to a bar, And I'm telling you, bro, if you have confidence, you go to the hottest chick you can see in the fucking bar. You talk to her. You're already in, bro. Because most guys are scared to do that. So like, if you have the actual confidence to like just like say fuck it and like go up to the fucking girl and just fucking like talk to her, like fuck it, just talk to her. And then from that, you're gonna have a lot of guys. You're gonna have a lot of guys hate on you because they're jealous and shit because they wish they could just go up to that hot girl and talk to her. So like you got to be that guy. Like get people jealous of you because you're fucking like confident and you can just fucking just go up to the hottest chick in the bar and just fucking talk to her. Like, hey, what's up?
Kind of do it because it's not like I've done that kind of thing before. And by the way, Food and Beer, if you are listening to this, thanks for hiring just chicks because you guys made me confident. When I first started to work there, oh my god, dude, I had no idea how to talk to women. I was too shy, just had my head down, like doing all my prep work. Just she's too hot, and then women started like talk to me and all that. Like I'm good. I went to like one guy that was kind of about you, but he was like super jacked, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And not get shy and talk to them, and just like want to walk away. And he's like, "You just got to get used to it, man." It's the best way. Like he gave me some good tips and everything. Like I actually had to like talk to hot ladies, and I feel like after talking to him, I feel like I want to say a master, but I feel like I'm much better than I was in high school. And if anybody from high school is watching this, I could probably get with you right now if I wanted to. Ladies, not guys.
Bro,
yeah.
more of the story, bro, is like, let's say if there's a hot chick, and let's say if there's a hot guy. Okay, that hot guy is too wimp to talk to that hot chick because he has such a big ego because he thinks he's so hot. He's not going to talk to her. While other guys are going to talk to her. So, like,
I'm glad I'm in friends with the guy that was jacked because he helps me out.
Nah, being jacked doesn't mean shit. Jacked people are fucking pussies.
It's true. I learned about that too myself.
Jack guys will just be in the fucking room drinking beer on the side of the fucking room. That's how it is, bro. Because like
Brandon,
girls are
you might get your ass kicked talking like that by a jack dude.
I don't care, bro. Girls are very like.
I'm probably gonna get my ass kicked talking about the tatas and all that shit. Let the ladies come at me. Fuck y'all. I don't care if I get my ass kicked.
Bro, all I gotta say is make all the hot guys jealous. Make all the hot guys jealous. That's all I gotta do.
I appreciate it, big dog. Air shake.
Make them jealous, bro. That's all you gotta do. Because most hot guys don't fucking pull. I'm telling you.
I agree with that, man. I agree. That was funny as shit, though.
Because most hot guys, and I'm not gay, but like, you know, I know what a guy looks like if they're like good looking and shit. I'm not gay, but like, you can tell what a good guy looks good. They're not like.
Hey, no, I'm just saying, like.
They have too much big egos where they expect like easiness and they expect the girl to go to them and shit. But like, they're beat. It's all. I'm talking about Hollywood. It's all beat, bro. You are who you are. Chicks, we're gonna love it, bro, and that's it.
I love it. Maybe when I start working again, maybe I gotta put myself more out there and.
Yeah.
Part of me, like I said, after working at Food and Beer, talking to them, I feel more confident in myself where I'm not like too shy. Even though I felt like Chadwick seen me in West Virginia flirting with some chicks. Like I'm always sad, but like I felt like moving down here, I felt more confidence in myself to where I know what I'm doing, trying to build something. I even made out with ladies that I had no idea that I didn't know what you can actually do with your tongue, by the way, until two chicks actually like friendship me like, what the fuck is hello? Like, I had chicks taught me some shit that I didn't know you could do with your tongue. Like, this is fun. And you can do it for hours, man. You can French a lady for hours, which is the best part. Instead of like, guys that are still virgins or whatnot, learn how to French because you'll have fun. And yeah, it's
Yeah,
actually a
learn
lot
how
of
to
fun. You
learn
can
how to
do it
fuck
for
first.
hours, man. That's all I gotta say. Unless you guys got something else to talk about, like.
All right, Chad, you got last questions, bro? Let's get it, boy.
Bro, I don't know. I remember like the first time I met like a dude that could just like we went to like I don't know, I was like middle school and he would just go up to chicks at this fair, this festival. He'd be like, "Will you make out with me?" And like they were hot, and there's like 10 different girls that he made out with, and I was like, that's when I like clicked for me. It's like, it's like all it takes is like it's that. It's just like, will you make out with me? Yeah, I will. And it's like
Yeah.
it comes down to like just basic shit. It's like
I
asking the
never
questions, you
asked.
know.
Yeah.
The girls just come to me. I never asked. That's how I learned how to. They just came to me. Or at least when I worked at Food and Beer. But actually, no, even when I used to work for Mark Grace Show, I mean, one girl just came out to me. It was like, put me like on the side, like up against a wall. Just started making out with me. It's like, oh, God. And then I was like, stop. I gotta stop the water to fill up the Tupperware. Like, it was so hard to get her to stop because she was like, it's like, keep on going. I was like,
Who's
okay,
editing this video, though?
huh?
Who's editing this video?
I don't know if we're editing anything out. I kind of like the video.
Yeah, I mean, I
All
just
right. Well, let's take all that out. Let's make it official.
yeah, I mean,
What, the
I'm
making
recording
out
it
part?
on OBS and then I just
I
post it.
don't
I
care
don't
if
do
Food
no
and
editing.
Beer and Victoria Bishop hear this shit. They could kiss my ass. I don't work for them
All right.
anymore.
It
All
gets
right.
better.
Fair enough.
Do I have some
That's
last
not cool.
Fair
questions?
enough. Fair enough.
Last
Oh, God.
questions. I
No,
got you
fair
here.
enough.
I got you here. I gotta ask one more good question.
All right, one more.
Going back to the whole reason we were like that I wanted to have you on was for music, and your book is kind of cool. Feels good to be a weird kid. Your book's coming out. You got the album out, and he's got also Summer of Love
That's
out.
why you're
He's got
talking about
everything,
this.
ladies and gentlemen. He's the
Oh,
music genius from Pennsylvania in California, Hollywood. And the question that I have to close things out is, where do you see yourself in 3 months from now? In terms of to be more specific, where do you see yourself with this book, and this song that you put out, and future songs that are coming out? In the next 3 months, do you see yourself putting out? Like, where do you see yourself spending the most time on creatively in these next 3 months? More book writing, more songwriting, more collaborating with bands, or like kind of that kind of John. Or do you think you need a break and you want to just take off like a whole 3 months and not even think about, like, I don't know what you're thinking. Give me some. It could be anything. Where do you see yourself creatively in the next 3 months?
I feel like for me, I already took that big break where I had to like really realize like what I want to do in life and my dream and shit. So I don't have to take a break. The next 3 months, honestly, it's probably going to be the same as it is right now. I don't expect like a big come up right now in 3 months. Because what I want to do, I know for a fact it's gonna take some time and shit, and it's been taking fucking time. Um, but what I need to dial in on is Good question. I think I might need to focus on other things besides music just to like establish my music career. And I think the book is like a big thing that like I need to start doing, especially because there's no one I know that has a book out or is writing a book or anything. So I think that's like the biggest accomplishment. I think I will feel accomplished, and I don't care if I'm like killing it or like if I get my book sold or whatever. I'm just trying to fucking do things that make me feel good and make me feel accomplished. I don't really give a fuck about if people even check it out or listen to my single Blooming, or because I know for a fact like I've worked really hard my whole life to get to this point in my life. So I don't really expect like instant gratification. I don't expect to get like famous right now. Although I would be ready for it, I don't expect it right now. Um, I think, yeah, the book is, I think, is a big thing for me to do right now because it's dialing into a different point of view where it's not just music and it's more of like actual like writing and like audiobook, and they get to hear my actual voice and like, so yeah, I think the book is going to be a big thing. And you know, I've been doing music for a long time, so I think it's time for me to like dial into like other different creative arts where it's a book or if it's like directing a film or like a movie. Like I want to do this audiobook and then I want to create like an actual movie, like a fucking like an actual like a 2 hour album, 2 hour movie. Um so I don't really know, you know, I'm just it was easy to say back home when things were just happening and stuff. Like when I was back home, things were literally just happening. Like I didn't even fucking like plan. It was just happening. But you know, when you take like that fucking 2 year break, you kind of have to start back on just back to your. You got to start back all over and I personally think that this book is going to be really awesome, and I think it's going to, you know, drive my music. And if it doesn't, I don't really give a fuck because it's like what I want to do and it's what I love, and the people that love it will love it, and that's all I really care about. I'm not trying to like get people's attention. I'm not trying to get people to like my music. I'm not trying to get people to like who I am. I'm not trying to get like attention. I've done all that and I got burned out. I'm just trying to do what I'm doing, and if people like it, then they like it. If they don't, then I'll write another book. It's okay.
And who do you think that this book will bring value to? What type of person would find value in reading this book? Like,
Honestly, I think it's going to give value to everyone in Hollywood that is fake. You know, maybe they're not fake. Maybe I'm just saying that because I think that it's not like real and shit. But whether it's real or not real, I really believe that this is going to help a lot.
all right. Yeah,
But
OBS
people
keeps
like
freezing up.
funny
So, yo,
voices.
Meck, we're gonna have to close this one out with Brandon here. Do you have a last question for Brandon as well?
No, I think I asked
Okay.
questions.
All right. Yeah, want to give us a good closeout?
All right.
What's going on YouTube or what?
Yeah, I'll probably put it on our YouTube channel. We have one called Pedal to the Metal Podcast. And we're going to try to get
All
on
right.
other places
Can
eventually.
you send this to me?
Yeah, we'll.
All right. Send
And
it to
if
me.
you want to take any clips out of it, you're welcome to. You can use them for whatever you want. This is probably we talked so long. There's some good jaunts. You know, you look at it 2 hours. There's like 5 good minutes in the 2 hours, and that's what you got to clip out is the good jaunts. So, yeah, Meck, go ahead, give us the closeout, man.
Yeah, we always like to do it. We always like to chill, to vibe. We always like to smoke a little bit of weed. We like to smoke cigarettes. We like to drink a little bit. We also like to talk about music. Today was just mainly about music and whatnot. Hopefully, Brandon will come back on for our next podcast, and my computer's about to die. But y'all, we all fucking love you. Y'all have a great, wonderful night. We appreciate y'all. Please come back, listen again. Adios.
Peace.
Peace. Love you guys.